speaking of the future and maybe a bit of the past, I have a special announcement to make, and this one is very special to my heart. So, last year, I was the first recipient of the Classic Tetris Lifetime Achievement Award. And why that means so much to me is our entire community has been built upon Tetris heroes, people that inspire us. And for me, it was Jonas Neubauer. And Jonas Neubauer was the true example of a champion. Gracious, welcoming. He's part of the reason why we have this new generation of champions. And we didn't get to give this award to Jonas while he was here, and that's what makes it so important. The one thing I don't regret is that when I had a chance to talk about the CTWC, and I went to the Game Developers Conference and told people what we're all about, I got to say that Jonas was our Tetris hero. He was our champion. He was the reason that our community was so strong and the reason for our growth. We weren't able to give the Lifetime Achievement Award to him, but I believe that he knew from what I said that we appreciated him and that we loved him. And I continue to bring the spirit of Jonas to the CTWC in whatever way I can. And the Lifetime Achievement Award is our way of making sure that the people that grow our community, the foundation that our competition and our community is based on, is appreciated, and that we know that the people who have contributed are the ones that are being recognized and set the example for the future and for the new generations to follow. And this year, we're going to be giving it to a very special part of our community, someone who's contributed just priceless knowledge, a priceless gift, and to more communities than just ours. So I'm going to hand it over to Vince Clemente, the CEO of CTWC, to present this award. Take it away, Vince.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for coming. This year, the award's going to a member of the community that's been a part of the community before CTWC even existed. He's been to every single CTWC, one of 4 people remaining. He's the only player to try to qualify for every single CTWC event. If you have a question about Tetris, or if you know a lot about Tetris, he definitely knows more than you do. Back in 2010, he missed out on qualifying just barely. He was the 9th person. There was only 8 that made it. He stepped up, and we were doing these calculations for what percentage of lines you got more than the other person. And so I'm sitting there doing graphics, and he's sitting there next to me with a calculator and a pen. And he just stepped right in. It's the first time I met him. I'm honored to give the CTWC Lifetime Achievement Award to Alex Kerr. Thank you, Alex.
I am honored to receive this award. Thank you so much, Vince. It's hard to imagine that I would be here after almost a decade and a half. I didn't start as a NES Tetris player, but when it first started, I saw the promo that Robin posted of the tournament coming up, and Trey reached out to me on Facebook, and at that point I didn't think I'd be participating yet, but it piqued my interest, and I learned more about the game when I saw Jonas's YouTube video, and he was helping everyone in the comments and explaining, I hold the direction to move the pieces, and it was the first time that I realized, the dash could actually work in NES Tetris. I thought it used to be like Game Boy, and that's what sort of sent me down my journey to learn more about the game. If it wasn't for Jonas explaining things in the comments, I wouldn't have had the hook to, I guess, start researching the game more. And then the next thing you know, emailing Adam and Robin and Vince and Trey, and explaining things and getting involved in the documentary, carpooling down with Dana to the tournament, and like you said, calculating things, starting to contribute to the tournament from the beginning without really even knowing it. It's a great honor to be here, and I want to thank my parents for always supporting me in this endeavor. I guess starting me off in the ripe age of 3 years old with a Game Boy and Tetris, not knowing where that would lead, but always supporting me in my hobbies and programming and whatever it was. I want to thank my wife who's at home watching and cheering me on and looking after our small Chihuahua Stella, and always helping to remind my parents of what's going on when I'm a little bit of a silly son and forgetting to tell them. Did you tell them that you're competing in the best of 99 this summer? No. Did you tell them that the event's coming on this weekend? Maybe. And I want to thank everyone who's part of the overall community, especially the technical community. Josh for kicking things off with the Game Genie codes, and everyone who's ever posted in ROM hacking, Hydrant, Fractal, Kerhava, Zohasadar, Maya, anybody, everybody. And I want to definitely thank Jonas for inspiring and teaching of the game, and I want to thank Vince for putting on these great events every year, and always making sure the right people are involved and that they're supported and have everything they need. And when I was working on things for this year's competition cart, whenever I had a question about like little subtle mechanics changes or code changes that I want to make, he always supported me 100% and said, Alex, I trust you and your judgment. If you think this is going to make for the best event that we can have this year, then go for it. And I'm just so thankful and so honored to be here, decade and a half, and here's to another, decade and a half more. And thank you.